You? Why? And why? I really like the way this game is improved. Look at that. You can actually not only know exactly who was wearing previously, but also then do that. Replace it and get the other person to take them off. I had to, I'm pretty sure in the first game, go to, and I didn't know who it was because they don't tell you, like the little thumbnail that they have there next to Ulbrich. Whoever had the light armor on, you scroll through all my list of, could be 20, 30, 40 puppets, find who has that, and then manually take that off so I could put it on here. Otherwise it just wouldn't let me in the first game. This game has been vastly improved. Look how easy that was compared to, obviously I have to put something on Ulbrich. Look how much easier that is. Great. About this improvement whereby you can hold this button down and then top left you can see what the next information or thing will be. I hold L1 and it tells me that when you hold L1 you can press D-pad and to get to status, equipment, item and map. That's really useful just to remember what you're doing then. What's that extended stun gauge? Well, you could possibly break its stun gauge right now.
That'll shut you up.
Yeah, because we got its stun gauge. It has its freaking stun gauge. That's awesome. There's so much good mechanics in this game. Oh, that's really cool as well. Oh my god, did you see that? When you go back over it, it tells you who exactly you're going to use it on. Haha! And I bet that works for items too. One of the things that always frustrated me, there are a lot of things that improve in this game, holy shit. One of the things that really frustrated me in the first game was like I would go through my various things, but there's like 10 things to remember, you know, different people do different moves, especially if I'm using items and like asking them to do individual abilities and stuff to use items and such, like heal people. I won't remember if like half my party need being revived, who is exactly reviving who. And I have to like go through it like 2 or 3 times. But if they're gonna be like these yellow arrow icons, this one is healing this guy, this one is reviving this one, then that's it resolved. Another perfect way of resolving an issue I have. Oh look! That's cool too. In this game, you can actually access the map from being in this red Tribuna, the main hub world, hub menu thing. In the caravan, in Labyrinth or Refrain, you absolutely cannot do this and see wherever you want to go before you actually go there. You have to enter one of the worlds, and then you can go turn back, go through the antechambers instead of the wardrobes, and then go to where you actually want to go now that you realize what map. Ah, it even shows the door. That's really cool. Look at that. Look at that little image there. Look at that little image. That's so sick. Mini map, cool thing. Oh, this game is. I mean, I'm really. Oh, that's cool. That's really nice. I like that. I waited on the tile when I had full inventory, and a chest was underneath me, and it gave me the item on the way. There's just after. Nice. So they have their own. That's sick. Oh, that's awesome. Look how good that is. Now they have their own notes that show you exactly what type of key each of the treasure chests are, instead of you having to go to every one and keep going through everyone because you can't remember which one is which. That is really well done. That is definitely an improvement since the first game. That's disgustingly strong. Where do you get that? Because I guess it's her own skill. Her own. She has a spot for it. I don't know. That's really nice. I like that. Makes it extremely easy for an enemy to target you. No! Why would I want this? I'm not a Pier Fortress. I'm a Machina. Why the hell would I want this? Good thing you can turn them off in this game. That's another really awesome thing. This move would be great if I maybe transform it into a Pier Fortress and be able to actually make use of this and have it be really effective. But right now, they're my damage dealers and they're a bit squishy. The last thing I want is them being targeted by everything. But because I can turn it on or off, and it even adds like the skill point thing, and it's almost like a Paper Mario type deal with the badges. you don't need to worry about the shit that you don't want, which is another really nice improvement. Like that yellow chest, because it's yellow and not red, does that mean that it's like got a healing item in it? Like potentially a jitterbug or something else? Mandragora bug, yeah. I only noticed that recently, right now. I played most of this game, I only figured that out. I like checking tiles, even if I've checked them before, just in case. Because if you notice, they don't always spawn in the same places. But they are always possible. Hey, there's another one. So it's good to keep actually in mind. It's not like it's not random, right? It's not completely random where you get loot spawns. Loot spawns are loot spawns, and they are where loot spawns. They're just not always active. Not every time you enter a dungeon are all loot spawns present with something. You have to kind of like roll the dice a little bit, and then eventually each of the loot spawns will have their own thing. The important thing to know, because it means that mapping the loot spawns makes sense. If they was completely random, it would make no sense to. It's like you have to explore and chance your luck. But the fact that they are set, but just not ever present, means you can reliably mark them on your map, and then you can go back there and hope to find it. Because at least if it's there, it will be there, and not like somewhere else. Anywhere you find loot is a loot spawning point.
I see.
52,000 damage, 656.
Yeah.
What
Leave it to
the
me.
fuck was that? It's a regular hit of 153,000.
Leave it to me. I'll cut off your.
You cut off everything, there was nothing left? I mean, if you cut that much, you're not cutting anything because you cut so much. You cut, literally, you eviscerated it. You didn't just cut it. You literally vaporized the thing. If you cut that much, there's nothing left to cut. I don't know why of all the things you can't organize it alphabetically. It makes no sense. Like, it's the easiest way to organize things that you don't know much about. Why wouldn't they give that of all things? I don't know whether an antique mask is a loot or whether it's something else. I know I have it, but I don't know where it is. And I don't want to go through my inventory list of thousands of things to find it. So clearly, you should just, you know, be able to alphabeticize or whatever, so that I can find it easily. Because A-N, that's all I need to look for. But no, for some god-awful reason they said that wasn't necessary. Why not organizing it in terms of charm? What the fuck is that? Not organizing in terms of charm at all. What is adult priority? Yeah. See? 600 charms and what the fuck? Why don't you organize this properly? Look at that. That's disgusting, this stuff. Yet it's in the middle of some fucking shit instead of... where it's supposed to be. I fucking go over here to charm, you don't put it at the top or whatever. You still have it in the fucking middle. How does that make any sense? It's not even ordered. What? Why are you on delete? What the fuck? You just randomly decided me on whatever one you want? What is that? Weapons range doesn't match this one. Yeah, but what does that mean? It won't reach its full potential. How much of a reduction is that? Always consider each weapon when organizing common information. Exactly, in order to do so, I need to know how much of a detriment mismatch is, however, they cannot be summoned more than a set number of times. The number of times they can be summoned in one battle is also limited. Also limited to what? They're going to be like gone after one? This limit is per battle. And when the next battle begins, they are reset. Okay, so you see that? You see how fucking bullshit that is? Like, what kind of explanation is this? It's a fine thing. It's actually better than I was worried about. But like, the explanation is so stupid because you start with this sentence being, however, they cannot be summoned more than a set number of times. So we don't know the parameters of that. But then it goes on to say, and the number of times they can be summoned in one battle. And so separate to the first part, the number of times they can be summoned in a battle. So what other limiter would there be than in a battle? Between battles? So the total number of times? Therefore, once you use up the total number of times, they can never be summoned again from a coven? Because that's what the first part then means when you add and the number of times they can be summoned in a battle. It's separate to the first. And then you go on to say this limit is per battle. Like, this part I'm okay with. This part I'm not. What? Remember this place if your memory is correct. You found the curio you hid before. Hurry and report to the witch. Hey. Oh. That's also something that doesn't make any goddamn bit of sense at all. No. I was told this was fine. What? That's not fair. Didn't you tell me that you would tell me about Pitfalls? You didn't tell me you would tell me about Pitfalls. It would be beep. The beep thing, I have that available. It says it would tell me about Pitfalls, so you just flat out didn't tell me that was a Pitfall. These big bastards always spawn in my face. You know, you do sometimes spawn right in my fucking face. Right in my face. What's with that? As I'm literally speaking.
All fries everywhere.
What is this? I can't even see. This is so dumb.
Great! I missed. Ow! I missed. Oh man!
I missed?
Whoops!
Ugh. Interesting. On the far left, I have a character with Stench. I'm gonna try something, but you can clearly see the enemy sprite, right? What happens if I move forward? That is so fucking weird. Like, look at this. None of these fucking have an exclamation mark on them, do they? The green exclamation mark just randomly loves to appear out of nowhere. This is a fucking exclamation mark, yeah, but because of the moon crest, not because of anything useful. These areas do not have any fucking exclamation mark, these sacred areas, right? No fucking exclamation mark there. You know, that would be something obvious to go to. This doesn't have any exclamation marks on here or anywhere in here. These don't have any green exclamation marks, again, this is the moon crest. These areas do not have any exclamation marks on them anywhere. This doesn't have any exclamation marks. Oh! You actually fucking look on the minimap and all of a sudden it's there! That's complete crap. Oh, now you show me. Now you do. Did you do it earlier? No. No, it didn't. can I find help on how to save a Brigade and continue? Like, if you have a look at the bottom there, that's a great place to tell me. And it says register with with left and right directional pad. This is what happens when you press the left and right directional pad. Press both, and nothing really happens apart from it going up, because it's not going left or right since you're pressing both this. Let me show you on this. This is directional pad on the camera. I press both, like you can see, it doesn't really do anything because I can't really get them both. You know, I'm trying to press both here. It doesn't really do anything. But if I press left or right, this is what it does. It says register. Like, register is a word that you would use to try and describe bring the Brigade. And you have this Brigade, you register this Brigade, and you get to the next Brigade. Options key? Oh, okay. So tucked fucking up in there, in the top middle, is options key. You have this big, and it's like loads of space, even behind me. Yeah, there's all this space behind my camera, right? More than enough space. Why are they all spaced out for one thing? They could easily be, you know, shuffled a little bit closer together. There's a lot of space on the bottom. This is the bar that tells you. This is the info bar. This is the bar that tells you all. It should be all the instructions that you need. Certainly most of them on how to navigate this page, right? That's what that's for. So that's what I look at, right? Because that makes sense. So what is this crap up here, just tinily away? Options keep. Okay, now I see it. Now I fucking see it. I'm near the end of the fucking game. They don't explain that at all. When I get the petition, they don't explain that's where you do that. They don't explain that. What the heck? Recover 70% of stun value is also quite nice. But I wish I could have a clear fucking obvious thing that tells me how much stun value they even have. Maybe it's in their details though. I just don't look because it's not that easy to see. It should be like very clear, like, you know, where you see their health bar just underneath the stun bar above. Like, they have a big fucking portrait. You don't need all that space. You just put the line above them. I want to just test here. That's the thing. That's what like Excl means, isn't it? It's the exclusion between nipple slip or Rosa Dolce, and not both. Light exclusion. A lot of abilities having like exclusion, light excluded, without having something that you would naturally think, oh yeah, that refers to that chain. Like, this is obvious because nipple slip is half of Rosa Dolce. Some of them are obvious, and like this kind of tells me that this is what like excluded means. Means I really have to rethink everything, because then it's not about more than one character having it. Any number of characters can have it. Any number of characters can have Rosa Dolce and they all work. I like it too, it's such a pain in the ass. It's just like, it's kind of foiled my understanding pretty heavily. It just means between these two. But often you would just have nipple slip, by the name, and not have something like Rosa Dolce to even like compare it to or whatever. So it's not clear, because like there's no way of knowing what other abilities it's referring to, because there aren't any that make sense. Like, imagine if there was an overproduction. Yeah, actually this is a perfect example right here. Overproduction, power increased by 50% when attacked, right? But Filgress up's got nothing to do with that. Illusion Res up's got nothing to do with that. The next ones along have nothing to do with it. So what other ability is there with overproduction that would make it like excluded? There isn't one. So then you think, okay, well then it can't clearly mean these skills, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no other ability that's anything like this. Compared to this example where this is literally half of this. The 300, the 50, you know, the 300 and 100, the 150 and 50, they are very clearly in the same family tree. So it's very obvious that, of course, that, well, those are in the same group. And now it's obvious that the like exclusion simply refers to this sort of thing. But when you have examples like this, and you're like, power increased by 50% when attack, okay, what's the like exclusion you gotta do then? There isn't any. And she's got all her skills from her class because she's level 99, so she's not gonna get any more overproduction type skills. So what is like exclusion even doing on this thing? But when you see examples like this, and you never see an example this clear, You think, oh, well, okay, it's gonna mean something relevant. Maybe it's no other theatrical dolces can have this ability. Or there are no other theatrical dolces at all, whether they have the ability or not. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Because, like, it doesn't explain anything. It doesn't even have a page 2. Like switch between page 1 and page 2. This is X on page 2. It's not like cannot be in conjunction with other named abilities. Like, I don't really know what the word cover means. If I do, but I don't. Not in the context of this particular game and this particular situation. Like, I would thought cover meant deal no damage. Prevent all damage 15 times a turn, every turn against magic. Render enemies' magic useless. Every turn you choose. For your whole brigade. Is that what this does or not? I don't know what it does. I can read it. I still don't know what it does. That's so much of this game. Because what does that actually mean?
Ambush him!
Oh, what the fuck is this? How does that work?
Scatter!
For 1,000, that's it? That's right.
Yeah! Ha! Ha! There!
Leave it to me! Ha! Take that!
Focus! Ha! Yeah! Good.
Am I gonna die here? No. What? Yeah! Am I gonna die here? Hey! No.
I need to see. I need to see the fucking text, man. You're not gonna let me see the text, alright.
Gathering mana.
Oh, fuck. I need to see the text and just keep scrolling. I need to see it. Bullshit. Loving Valapak, he's loving devotion. And then we just got wrecked. They're green, so I should only get one battle.
Commencing combat against our adversaries.
Let's make the best of this formation!
Oh no.
Yeah! Ha!
That is garbage.
Leave it to
They were
me!
green. They're not alerted. They don't know my presence.
After you.
What is that crap?
Yeah!
Oh, what is that crap?
Finale!
Let's get it on!
What is that? Motherfucker.
This strategy is great!
They were green.
So many
They were green.
regrets.
They were green. I could have used my...
Exit!
Thank you. Thank you, game, for finally being kind. I learned a valuable lesson That has never been the case before. I have never had a situation where I've been in the middle of two enemies that are both green and not red, and therefore not alerting or chasing me. I've never been in that position, because usually if I am up against an enemy, they're chasing me. On both sides, neither of them. I'm very lucky, but I deserve that luck. Honestly, I really feel I do. Because getting fucked by that situation, I didn't overshoot. I wasn't greedy. I could have easily chosen, without any, second thought, to do this. But I said specifically, they're both green. If they're both green, surely that means that they aren't aware of my presence. So if I'm fighting one that's now 2 tiles away, the other one should not be aware of my presence. Because the idea is that when it's red, because I've definitely fought enemies, right? I've definitely had rooms of enemies where some of them been alerted, and some of them haven't. I'm not on either side, not in between them, but I had rooms where I've fought an enemy that was red that was alerted to me, while another enemy that was not alerted to me never partook in the battle. So if anything, only information I have to go on is that kind of circumstance, because I've never been in this particular circumstance before, but I've been in similar. And in that example, the other green enemy, it's green, so it doesn't know my presence. It doesn't join the battle. But here, because I'm in between, now both of them join the battle. That's like my problem, right? It's not... That's literally what bad pacing is. There are many ways of bad pacing. Bad pacing is when things are not in line with one another. So if you have enemies of a dungeon, they should give you some kind of reasonable... It needs to give you some kind of vague idea as to what you're going to be lining up with. Not, oh, you only need to do 2,000 damage to this regular enemy, but this boss of the same area that governs and lives in the same area, 1 million. What the fuck? But literally, one of the 10 fucking discordances you're supposed to fight has 1 million health. What? Where is that falling? I hate how when you go from the right, like if I go from here and I go back to this column and then I say, okay, I actually want you to use items. You start me on the far right one, and then when I'm done, you move over to the next, and then you don't even let me use it. If I go here, if I do anything, I go here, and then I go here, and then I go round, and then I go here. Whenever I press... Okay, I want the Coven to instead do individual moves. I always want it from left to right! Why, if I go from here, or if I go from here, from the right, then it's like, oh no, you only want to go from the right first one, and then not even have the other two infused afterwards. How does that make the remotest bit of sense?